This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good afternoon, I'm Ray Collins. Scott is off this noon. Our top story, another possible terror incident in Paris. Police shot and arrested a man for allegedly driving his car into a group of soldiers on patrol this morning. ABC's Molly Hunter has the story.
A high-speed highway shootout. French police have shot and arrested the suspect in Wednesday's car ramming attack. The attacker fled the scene. Several hours later, plainclothes police wearing balaclavas caught him speeding towards the port city of Calais. The attack happened just after 8 a.m. local time in a Paris suburb. Police say a BMW rammed into a group of French soldiers. The car was seen waiting near the army barracks. The driver approached slowly before speeding up, plowing down the soldiers, injuring 6, 3 seriously. This woman says she saw 2 soldiers on the ground. The soldiers are part of Operation Sentinelle. After the Charlie Hebdo attack in 2015, 10,000 troops were deployed across the country. 2.5 years later, France is still under a state of emergency. In France, this is the 6th attack this year on police and armed forces. And across Europe, vehicular attacks have also become more frequent. Last year, attackers used trucks to kill in Nice and at a Christmas market in Berlin. And here in the UK, back in March, a driver mowed down pedestrians on the Westminster Bridge. As we've sadly seen so many times and again today, attacks in big cities near busy roads are almost impossible to prevent. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
Here at home, a Bradenton mother charged with killing her own daughter is due in court today. Kishana Thomas accused of putting the 11-year-old in a freezer for months. More on today's expected plea deal from our Jess Dowdrick. Jess?
Good afternoon, Ray. Kishana Thomas faces a possible life in prison if she's convicted of first-degree murder. Thomas was set to stand trial later this month, but now there's been a change of plans with that plea hearing scheduled for today. Prosecutors are already announcing that they will not seek the death penalty. Back in October of 2015, after being missing for a year, 11-year-old Janiyah Thomas's body was found in a cardboard box in a freezer inside of her great-grandmother's garage. Her mother, Kishana Thomas, is charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and abuse of a dead body. Janiyah's cause of death was never determined, but the autopsy showed that the child only weighed 44 pounds when she died and that her femur had been broken for approximately a month. Family members say that Janiyah was abused and tortured by her mother. Reports from the Florida Department of Children and Families say that Janiyah and her 4 brothers and sisters lived in conditions that included rats and garbage. The plea hearing is scheduled for 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll bring you the results on our website, mysuncoast.com, and of course, again on air on ABC 7 News at 5. Ray?
All right, thank you, Jess. Also, Manatee County neighbors around Pride Park in the Oneiko section are glad that help is now on the way. The sheriff's office plans to add more deputies to the area when possible. Records show this area in Oneiko accounts for about 10% of the crime in the entire county, and that includes aggravated assaults, robberies, and burglaries. There have already been 97 aggravated assaults in the area so far this year, compared to 76 for all of last year.
The hopes and goals are with the more deputies, the more available we are, the more we're seen in areas that will deter the crime and provide a safer atmosphere.
It's kind of a shame that when we first moved here, we had a plan for how to evacuate and prepare for gunshots before we had a plan on how to evacuate for hurricanes.
If you can solve any of these crimes around Pride Park, please call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. An investigation into a house fire that leaves a woman fighting for her life today. The fire broke out at a house on Las Vegas Drive just off Proctor. Its cause is still unknown, but investigators say it appears the fire began in one of the bedrooms. Fire officials say she went back in the burning house to save a dog. Came out today and it was hot about 4 o'clock in the morning already.
Yeah,
wow.
Hot and steamy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of hot and steamy, the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season update has been issued by NOAA just moments ago.
Yeah.
And they're predicting exactly what you'd expect them to predict, considering all the other people that predict storms have also said the same thing, which is a above average season.
Again?
And yeah, we've already started out with 6 named storms, and so they're predicting anywhere from 14 to 19 named storms, and shouldn't be hard to do since there's about 90% of the season still left ahead of us, and we've already hit 6.
We had a quiet few years for a while, but
Yes,
not
we did.
anymore.
No, the El Nino did not form as some models had predicted it might. That's notoriously hard to predict that. So that combined with some warmer Atlantic water temperatures looks like it's going to produce a very active season.
Here we are.
We've got 2 that we're monitoring right now, 2 areas actually. The Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows some pretty nice conditions out there though. We had lots of blue sky to start off the day and still do. Some slightly drier air is kind of filtered into the forecast, slightly reducing our rain chances today. Had some pretty good coverage yesterday as showers and thunderstorms started. A little bit later in the day though, and I think that same sort of timing might occur today, maybe a little bit earlier. We're seeing some clouds begin to gather in inland areas, and as we head into the second half of the afternoon, I think we'll probably see about a 30% chance some of those storms building in inland areas and drifting to the coast. Update that and the tropics in just a second. Back to you, Ray.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. An update now on the possibility of a no homework policy for some students in Manatee County. Turns out that won't be happening. Superintendent Diana Green says she didn't like the policy and that assigning homework should be up to a teacher's discretion. But she did say principals should have a talk with teachers about the appropriate amount of homework given each year. Marion County has already implemented the policy, and Green is actually from that county. The issue was discussed at last night's board meeting. We'll have more on this issue tonight at 5 o'clock. Also last night, the board approved a new name for a new high school and parish. The board chose the name North River High School. It opens in 2 years in time for the 2019 school year. So up next is hiring a principal and then choosing a mascot and school colors. Another groundbreaking this morning in downtown Sarasota. Construction now underway on a new 12-story condo tower at State and Pineapple Streets. The building will include 157 condos and 35,000 square feet of ground-level retail space. The former head of the Downtown Merchants Association says this day has been in the works now for 11 years.
I'll tell you something, Ray. This thing has been in the proposed development since 2006. It's a long time coming. We're looking forward to all of this business. When I see projects like this being put in the ground, I think of every one of these people as future customers for the businesses downtown.
The project should be complete in about 2 years. The city already has about 1,000 condos, hotel rooms, and apartments respectively in various stages of development around downtown Sarasota. All right, time for lunch. Let's go to the kitchen and Chef Judy Gallagher.
You know, lettuce cups are trending in all sorts of different bistros, not just Asian restaurants. It's a light meal. It's going to cut down on calories because you're not using those type of carbs. So I'm going to make a simple grilled salmon, Asian style, lettuce cups. You can serve them for lunch, for dinner, and the greatest part is they are just as good if you have leftover salmon from a different dish the day before. You can be very versatile whether you want to use shrimp or scallops or chicken even. But today we're using the beautiful Atlantic salmon. Season that up with a little ginger and we will get started. Stay with me. A light and healthy lunch is on the menu today. Salmon lettuce cups.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, as Ray was saying, a very warm afternoon with, again, temperatures that are going to break the 90-degree mark most everywhere, and feels like temperatures that will be up near 100 to 105 degrees today. So stay cool out there. Dew point coming in at 73, air temperature at 88, southeast wind at about 5. We've got some fair weather clouds building. So far, not much in the way of any rain showers around, but that'll change. 88 Wauchula, Sebring, Lake Placid, 88 Arcadia, Northport, Myakka, Parish Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport. Temperatures are pretty uniform because of that wind that comes at us generally out of the east over land, which doesn't allow for any cooling effect whatsoever from Gulf waters. 90 in Venice, 88 in Inglewood, 87 degrees Longboat Key. If you look across the region today, this is our water vapor imagery. Remember, it's a great product. It shows us where the swirls and motions are in the atmosphere, where the dry air is, where the moist air is. Moist air in turquoise, dry air in tan. We have just a little bit of that drier air kind of sneaking into the forecast picture today, slightly reducing our rainfall chances. Not a great deal, but a little, 10% or so. So we'll have a little less coverage than we had 24 hours ago when we had some actually pretty good storms around. Right now things are pretty quiet all across north central Florida, but yesterday we had basically a pretty good explosion of showers and thunderstorms, although now things are quiet. I think in about a 4 or 5 hour period we'll start to see those showers building in inland areas and then drifting toward the coast, just as we saw yesterday. So across the nation, a couple of things we're watching. This big ridge of high pressure directing our winds out of the southeast remains fixed and unchanged. Basically, since yesterday, just a little more dry air filtered in. We have a trough of low pressure located to our north with little areas of low pressure rippling along it. That's bringing rain showers to the mid-Atlantic coast back through the Atlanta area and also around Houston, Fort Worth, back toward Louisiana Delta region. Wet day there. Some strong storms possible. And down to the south, we have Franklin still churning around. A tropical storm on its way toward Mexico, having crossed the Yucatan, dropping lots of rain there. It's far away from us and continues to pose no issue whatsoever. So today, we'll see our little sea breeze build here locally in response to our daytime heating. And that sea breeze will kick off a line of showers in inland areas, and that easterly wind will tend to push them right back to the coast. So west movers. Once again today, west moving storms. Lots of sunshine around and that high heat index making it feel ooh so sticky. Showers on this computer model show lining up along our sea breeze front and then pushed toward Gulf waters by that easterly wind flow. Same scenario as yesterday, just fewer of them. That's the only difference. There's Franklin moving toward Mexico, far away from the United States. Not an issue. Further out in the Atlantic, we're going to continue monitoring this rather benign-looking cluster of clouds, 40% chance down the road that we could see some development there. Hurricane Center continues to show the forecast track of that low toward the United States, but then curving away at the last minute. Most reasonable models are suggesting that. However, when it gets to about here, some computer models are suggesting it becomes a hurricane. So obviously, if you have something this close to the United States that's becoming a hurricane, we got to keep an eye on it. And so through the weekend, please do keep advised the latest forecast track and intensity of that system. Low pressure area will eventually perhaps bring us some additional rainfall as we head into the weekend, but otherwise temperatures pretty much where you'd expect them to be at this time of year, right?
Thank you, John. On to health news now. There's a new drug on the market to treat ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. It's called Radicava. The infusion therapy was developed in Japan and is now available in this country. The mother of the man who inspired that ice bucket challenge has been working for the drug's approval by the FDA.
It's never a good time to get an ALS diagnosis, but today that diagnosis is different than it has been for 150 years. That's progress and that's hope.
Radicava is the first drug to treat ALS that the FDA has ever approved in more than 20 years. Could copper mugs give you food poisoning? As reporter Jennifer Kashner tells us, health experts say it's possible.
At the famous Abbey Bar in West Hollywood, Moscow Mule cocktails have become so popular, they're now a top seller. Bartenders are making them in 5 variations.
I love the flavor, they're refreshing.
The vodka drink traditionally comes in a copper mug. The Abbey's mugs are made to look like copper, but are actually stainless steel and are perfectly safe to drink from. There's now sobering news, though, for anyone who sips from the real copper ones. They could poison drinkers. According to health officials, the acid in the cocktail can leach out the copper metal, and once it's swallowed, it can cause stomach pains, unpleasant trips to the bathroom, or worse. Because Moscow Mules are the new it drink around the nation, officials thought now's the time to spread the warning. But bar-goers we talked to say they don't plan on switching cocktails.
It's just another thing that Americans are freaking out about. We panic about everything.
The health warning does note that downing drinks from copper mugs with a different inner lining, like nickel or stainless steel, won't cause you any problems, except the possible hangover.
That's reporter Jennifer Kastner. According to the FDA, copper should not come into contact with acidic foods like vinegar, fruit juice, or wine. Symptoms include abdominal pain, diarrhea, vomiting, and jaundice. All right, switching gears now quite a bit. It's a sci-fi-like production at the Urbanite Theater in downtown Sarasota. Let's join John and his special guest. Guys?
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Brendan Reagan joins us now, who is one of the stars of the show Pilgrims at the Urbanite Theater, known for its edgy kind of place that you're not going to see anywhere else.
That's right. That's right.
So let me basically set it up. Tell me if this is an appropriate setup.
Sure.
We've got 2 unlikely passengers locked together in a stateroom on an interstellar transport to colonize a new world, and they discover each other in the process.
Yeah, that's actually surprisingly good.
You never expect to see a play like that here in Sarasota. That's why we love the Urbanite, because you get that kind of stuff that you're only going to see in a big city.
Yeah, we love bringing plays to the area that that have, first of all, just simply never been done here, and styles of theater that are new to us and new to the region as well. So that's sort of what we specialize in, the unexpected.
But I think it's important that everybody knows that just because this is a science fiction based show, although Elon Musk would say it's not that far in the future, right?
Right.
It really deals with the traditional emotional aspects that characters have in any play.
Yeah, it's a play about gender, it's a play about post-traumatic stress disorder, it's a play about relationships and talking about your feelings, and it just so happens to take place on a spaceship.
Right. Well,
so,
I thought that it was a good choice to use that spaceship because the kind of claustrophobic environment really did drive the emotions of being locked in a small space and having to deal with each other.
I think that's a really important part of the script, is that it forces these characters to confront each other. No matter how big they build up their defenses, they're ultimately stuck in this room for up to 3 months together, and really there's no escaping that. So they're forced to reconcile those feelings that they have for one another.
And it really is about well, my wife puts it this way, what you name the thing tends to become. So it's about the stories we tell each other and how that kind of determines our lives, don't you think?
I do, and you know, the soldier, the guy I play, has been through some really serious and troubling incidences in his service, and he doesn't like to tell anyone about it. And I think keeping it in is actually what plagues him. It's not until he does tell the story about what happens to him that he's able to fully let his guard down and connect with another human. So the story defines him, and the inability to tell it also defines his challenges.
Great, highly emotional charged theater, and in a setting, if you've never been to the Urban Night before, you gotta go because you are a stone's throw from the characters. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to move my foot, or
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
common.
I was gonna trip one of the actors, you know, on the stage. It was really great.
Yeah, I think the furthest you'll be from the stage is about 16 or 18 feet.
That's
There's only
amazing.
4 or 5 rows. It's very intimate,
Yeah.
and it's a different kind of storytelling. It's really thrilling.
You gotta love that. Tickets still available?
Yes, they are. They're
Great.
going quick, though, so
yeah, they
move
always
fast.
Do.
Yeah.
Right, they always do. A unique play. You won't get a chance to see it anywhere else. And I just keep thinking about it, having seen it last week. I keep thinking about its implications.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today. Sure
As
do
always,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Got a show tonight?
Yes, we do.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Start your day with Ray, Jacqueline, and John, the new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Case, the golfer has entered a not guilty plea for driving under the influence, but he has agreed to enter a diversion program that would see the charge dropped. Police found Woods asleep in his Mercedes-Benz last May in Jupiter, Florida, apparently under the influence of a prescription painkiller and an anti-insomnia drug. No alcohol was found in his system. Woods was not in court today. The Rays ran into a red-hot pitcher, and it didn't end well last night. Boston's pitcher Chris Sale continued his red-hot season. The Rays hitters had no chance, with Sale throwing 8 shutout innings and 13 strikeouts. It is Sale's 15th game this season, reaching double-digit strikeouts. Boston wins the game 2-0, making it the 7th straight win for the first-place team. The second game of this 2-game series is tonight in St. Petersburg. A big business deal for Magic Johnson. The Hall of Famer is now an investor in New York's LaGuardia Airport. That's all. His company, Magic Johnson Enterprises, will design, build, and maintain the airport as part of a 35-year lease with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. This isn't his first investment either. He also invested in Starbucks, movie theaters, restaurants, and 3 LA sports teams. Let's go back to the kitchen now, and Chef Judy, who's making today Asian salmon lettuce wraps. Judy?
So I have the salmon grilling, which is only going to take about tops 4 minutes per side. We really want to keep it with some juice and moisture. Little powdered ginger is going to go right on there as it grills. Keep the skin on till the very end. I've shown you that before. The skin will peel right off. Look at that. Now this in itself, I mean, you pay a lot of money for grilled salmon skin like charred at a Japanese place, so this is going to be perfect. This will be ready to come off in just a minute. So let's talk about the dressing now. Super easy. I buy the Maggi sauce, which is a sweet chili Asian sauce. Most restaurants use it right in their restaurant if you're getting that Asian style sauce. Rice wine vinegar. It's going to add that tart balance. And my big flavor profile is a carrot and lime dressing that I get over at the Fresh Market. And I like to mix it all together because it makes a total different experience with your dipping sauce. So we're going to whisk that around. And I'm going to check on this salmon. This one's probably going to be ready to go flipped. Yep, perfect. And this baby is going to be ready to come down on my cutting board, and we can let it cool. We're going to let it cool just for about 5 minutes just to kind of settle in, and that way it won't break apart as much with the lettuce cups, although it's really not a problem because you're going to be cutting it up. So it's sitting there. We have the dressing made. Now we're going to assemble what we're going to need for the next step. I have peanuts. I have red onion. I have some snow peas that I've julienned, and I've got to show this to you. I'm so excited about this. Right now, a lot of produce comes out of California. Obviously, it's too hot in the summertime here, but look at this. This is still living lettuce, and what's important to know is that it's going to last up to 7 days like this in the container. So we're going to use lettuce, yes, in our lettuce cups, Boston bib for that, but we can just break this off and then it's all going to stay. I just rinse the tops, but I love that it's still living. It's going to last a lot longer. So now we have sliced yellow pepper, salmon, mangoes, thank you John Scalzi from his tree, and we will put all these components together to make a beautiful Asian lettuce cup in just a few minutes.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Everybody can make something.
because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, the tragic one-year anniversary of a shooting in Punta Gorda. On August 9th, 2016, 73-year-old Mary Knowlton was accidentally shot and killed by a Punta Gorda police officer during a citizens' training demonstration. Lee Cole later said he thought the gun was loaded with blanks, but it was real bullets. Since then, the officer was fired, is facing charges. The chief was temporarily suspended. The city of Punta Gorda released this statement to ABC 7 this morning, saying, in part, Mary was such a vibrant part of our community and will always be remembered fondly. The city's internal investigation, led by the police department's internal affairs team, is ongoing. We don't expect it to take much longer, but we owe it to our community to make sure it is thorough. Cole is charged with negligent manslaughter with a firearm and is expected to face trial next February. A jury found Police Chief Tom Lewis not guilty of culpable negligence last May. Candlelight services take place tonight in Missouri for a slain police officer. 37-year-old Gary Michael was shot to death during a routine traffic stop on Sunday. The suspected gunman, 39-year-old Ian McCarthy, was arrested last night. McCarthy has a long list of crimes ranging from traffic violations to assault. Back in 2001, he was charged with stabbing someone several times, causing severe injuries. North Korea making strides toward putting a nuclear warhead on a missile, and that news has much of the world on edge. ABC's Emily Rao explains.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury.
An overt military threat from President Trump, turning up the dial on nuclear tensions with North Korea, and their leader, Kim Jong-un, not backing down. Overnight, Pyongyang responding, saying it's seriously considering a plan to target Guam, a small Pacific island home to crucial American military bases and more than 7,000 U.S. forces.
An attack or threat on Guam is a threat or attack on the United States.
The heightened tensions coming after the latest assessment from U.S. intelligence analysts who now believe North Korea can make miniature nuclear warheads small enough to fit inside an intercontinental ballistic missile.
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
President Trump's heated rhetoric met with criticism and concern by some.
The question now is, does this ramp up? Does the rhetoric continue to ramp up? Or do things begin to calm down? The next few days will be critical.
But Wednesday morning, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson trying to calm frayed nerves.
I think Americans should sleep well at night. I have no concerns about this particular rhetoric of the last few days.
And new video showing tens of thousands of North Koreans at a rally today, a show of support for the country's rejection of new, crippling UN sanctions.
And President Trump tweeting about the U.S. nuclear arsenal this morning, saying it's stronger than ever, adding, hopefully we never have to use this power. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
In northern New York, President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration is causing thousands of people to leave the U.S. for Canada. Canadian police have set up a reception area near Montreal for those attempting to migrate. They're being processed there before they are turned over to the government agency that handles applications for refugees. This is not a legal crossing, but due to a quirk in the law, when they cross at a location other than a port of entry, they are allowed to request refugee status. In Hawaii, another kind of migration being attempted. State and federal authorities are planning to move a newborn Hawaiian monk seal so it can remain a wild animal and won't become accustomed to interacting with people. The baby seal is on a crowded beach on the island of Waikiki. Hawaiian monk seals are an endangered species. There are only 1,400 left. The seal's mother gave birth in late June. It is the first seal born in the popular tourist district since record-keeping began a few decades ago. All right, looking ahead now, we are now 12 days away from a total solar eclipse. About 12 million Americans are in the path, although not here in the Sunshine State. So, for 3 hours between 11:35 and 2:35 p.m. Eastern Time on August 21st, the moon will totally obscure the sun in 14 states. When the sky darkens across the U.S., electric companies will face a massive challenge as to how to avoid power disruptions and a post-eclipse surge that could cripple the nation. Grid operators are transporting energy across the country to prepare for the temporary shortfall in solar-depleted regions.
We want to make sure we have our power plants in reserve that can take up the slack when the eclipse is happening, but also be able to pull them back when that solar starts to operate again.
The eclipse will stretch 70 miles and be about 3,000 miles long. Oregon to South Carolina. Florida will receive a partial eclipse. The last time an eclipse of this scale happened was back in 1918. By the way, to mark the moment, Krispy Kreme will have a chocolate glazed donut on that day to mark the darker skies.
Very cute.
Interesting trivia there, Johnny. You'll be there.
Yes, I'm excited.
You're going?
Yes, we are. We made our reservations months ago because everything is selling out across that little 60-mile swath of land. And you know what else is selling out are the glasses that people are have to use in order to view the eclipse. They're becoming hard to find. So I hope people don't think that you can just use some dark sunglasses. You know, put on 3 or 4 pairs of sunglasses and you'll be fine. These are very specialized solar viewing glasses that are 1,000 times darker than sunglasses.
And we'll still see a partial eclipse here on the sun.
79%.
That's pretty close.
Here. So, you know, it'll darken a little bit, and you'll certainly, I'm sure, be able to share the vibe with everybody across the nation who's been seeing it. It's going to be very interesting, with live reports, of course, and everything else. But big traffic jams expected all along that corridor.
Yeah, get there early,
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
We have pretty exciting weather right now across the Suncoast. A lot of blue sky out there and fair weather clouds. It's going to be nice this afternoon. Little chances of rainfall. Yes, that's true. About a 20 to 30% chance near the coast. About a 30 to 40% chance inland. We'll go with the daytime high warm at around 92. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. On to consumer news now. Buying stamps might soon get more expensive again. The post office considering raising the price of first-class stamps. Right now, it's 49 cents, but it could jump. It's not known how much yet. The need for more revenue is being sparked by rivals such as Amazon Drone. The post office is trying to stay financially afloat as it seeks to invest billions in new delivery trucks. Disney is getting into the streaming business. They'll be launching a new streaming service for animated and live-action movies. The app will be the exclusive source for Disney and Pixar movies for upcoming releases, such as Toy Story 4 and the Frozen sequel. There will also be an ESPN Sports app. The streaming service will end Disney's deal with Netflix, which gave the popular service exclusive access to the company's films for streaming. The service launches in 2019. Very interesting. Back to the kitchen now, and Chef Judy has more on her Asian salmon lettuce wraps. Judy?
So take a look. Right now I have the Boston Bib lettuce with pieces of the grilled salmon, nice medium rare. I really want to keep it at that temperature. It's the best flavor. We're going to take that dressing, just a little drizzle. We're going to use the dressing twice because we can always serve some on this side. But I don't want it to be too dry when you get to the top. It's also going to be a little bit easier to eat if we put some down on the bottom there. That beautiful Scalzi mango. Boy, his tree was so abundant this year. It really made for some great recipes. Crisp peppers, either red, orange, or yellow. Since I have the yellow with the mango, I decided to go with some orange. And then just a little bit of red onion, not too much because we want to keep the subtle flavors and the onion doesn't want to overpower. So if you cut into that onion and it feels like it's too bitter, then you can just omit or use green onions, some chopped peanuts. So you see where I'm going with this. And then we have some of the julienne of snow peas. Oh, I just love this. About 3 per person is going to be more than enough for a dinner portion. Then we have, of course, the beautiful lettuces. So we're just going to put a little more because that's going to give a different angle on the lettuce, the butter lettuce. Thanks to my wonderful niece, Michelle, who said, let's get some butter lettuce when we were shopping, and that's how this recipe all inspired. Cilantro, lettuces, fantastic. Now we're going to go with some more dressing on top. And you can see how bright, how light. This is such a low-calorie dish. The only sugar you're going to get in it is in the dressing, and it's just a small amount, but it really adds for a complete pop of flavor. Last thing we're going to do is just a teeny bit of sea salt, and then we're going to do a little bit of sesame seeds, and we have it complete. I mean, look how easy that is to do, right? You could add rice noodles if you wanted to, but I think it works just perfectly the way it is. So that is what I call good entertaining. When I come back, we'll take a taste, and I'll let you know where you can find the recipe. Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
So if you've just come in from walking the dog or taking a walk or watering some plants or doing some chores, then let me confirm what you must already know. It's hot outside. We have an air temperature right now at 88 degrees with a dew point of 73. South wind coming in at southeast, actually, coming in at about 5, continuing to pump moisture and humidity up into our area. And we have a few fair weather clouds that are beginning to build, particularly in inland areas. 88 Wauchula, 89 Arcadia, 89 Mayaca. We hit 90 in Venice, 89 in Northport, 88 in Inglewood, 89 in Punta Gorda, 89 in Bradenton Parish. Most everywhere is going to see a 90-degree or better temperature today. And on top of that, the humidity is going to make it feel more like 100 to 105, that heat index. So we have across the region in our water vapor imagery some drier air that's tried to filter in aloft, mid and upper levels. That's kind of indicated here by this tan contour and really extends beyond what the picture can resolve. So that little bit of drier air will reduce our rain chances just a smidge. Now, yesterday, if you look at the situation, we had showers explode in inland areas, and those showers gradually drifted back in this direction. Well, we probably see that happen again today. But we have one little pop-up shower that occurred now just to the south of Holmes Beach and between Holmes Beach and Whitney Beach and near Cortez. And this little shower here is in the process of decaying as it moves out into Gulf waters. So that's the kind of thing we're going to see. Isolated showers popping up until around 5, 6 o'clock. Then we'll see more shower activity in inland areas. And as those inland showers build, that easterly wind or southeasterly wind will carry them closer to the coast. Frederick, down to the south, is continuing to churn, moving toward the central Mexico coastline. Not really any issue whatsoever for the United States. Trough of low pressure remains stalled to the north. Not going to be any issue for us either. High heat indexes, west moving storms, lots of sunshine. The RPM computer model shows those few showers building in inland areas and then drifting to the coast with time this afternoon. Same thing will happen tomorrow and the day after, I believe. There's Franklin continuing to drift toward the Mexican coastline. We'll talk more about that in a second. And then further out in the Atlantic, a storm system I want you to keep an eye on over the weekend. About a 40% chance of developing. Some computer models carry this close to the east coast of the United States and rapidly turn it back out to sea, but not before it becomes a strong either tropical storm or hurricane, according to some computer models. So we'll see. Keep abreast of where it's going. Obviously, if you have a storm that close to the state of Florida or the east coast of the United States, you want to know what it's doing. So we'll be watching it right straight through the weekend. Franklin, tropical storm, 70-mile-an-hour winds. Doesn't have to get much stronger to become a hurricane. Moving toward the coastline of Mexico will eventually just fade away, probably making landfall early tomorrow as a Category 1 storm, dropping a lot of rain. 30% chance of showers over the next several days, 30 or 40. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll uptick the rain chances just slightly as we watch that system out in the Atlantic. Right?
Thank you, John. Happening today, if you like to read and you like bargains, head to the Northport Library. They're having their annual book sale. It's hosted by the Friends of the Library. Paperbacks and children's books as low as 25 cents. DVDs are $1. The sale begins today and ends on Saturday. Today, by the way, is National Book Lovers Day. Well, school resumes tomorrow in Manatee County and Monday in Sarasota County. Parents need to be aware of cyberbullying. In fact, 1 in 5 students between 12 and 18 experience it. It's a new kind of bullying that's easier to carry out but harder to discover. Our Jacqueline Matter tells us how Manatee County schools are approaching the issue this year.
Every 7 minutes, a child in the U.S. will be bullied. It may be the son or daughter of someone you know, or worse, it may be your own.
Any kid that's dealing with some type of ridicule, criticism from their peers, made to feel like they're not a part of the school community, it's going to weigh heavy on their mind. And those are the things that get in the way of student learning.
Skip Wilhoit with the Safe Schools organization works hand in hand with the Manatee County School District and says nationally more than 160,000 children miss school every day out of fear of being bullied. He says it takes many forms, but bullying the way many of us know it is now a thing of the past. While violence and name-calling still happens, cyberbullying is the new norm.
When a student is a victim of cyberbullying, it really impacts the student's ability to perform in school. And whether it takes place inside of school or outside of school, we're allowed to intervene in order to help protect our students.
Wilhoit says kids who are cyberbullied are more likely to skip school, use alcohol and drugs, have low self-esteem, or health problems. His organization provides seminars to kids of all ages to preach prevention.
When we talk to kids about it, we not only want them to know what bullying looks like when they see it, but also what to do when they do see it. And that way they can recognize it and act appropriately.
The Safe Schools initiative is more than a decade old, and Wilhoit says cyberbullying is the new obstacle to tackle when it comes to keeping students safe.
The worst thing that students can do is just ignore it or, just let it absorb. And then they internalize these things. Or if they want to respond in a way that's probably going to evoke a harsher response from the bully or bullies, contact the service provider, and if they're violating the user terms of service, you can go ahead and report them.
However, a new messaging app topping the charts isn't helping in the fight against cyberbullying. Using the app Saraha, users can hide behind their phones and send messages to one another anonymously. While it's rated for users 17 and up, many children are downloading the app and using it to bully others. Wilhoit recommends parents keep a close eye on their kids' phone to prevent cyberbullying and to monitor social media.
Know your kid, watch your kid, and look for any type of change, and then talk with your child.
Parents can set parental controls on iPhones by changing settings on their child's iPhone. Jacqueline Matter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A whole new world for parents and those students. Still to come, a look back at the life of the Rhinestone Cowboy. Next in entertainment news.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Junior, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
And here we have it. We have our grilled salmon lettuce cup. So easy, so bright. Just a little olive oil on the salmon before it goes in the grill for about 10 minutes, salt and pepper, little powdered ginger hit. Then we make that dressing really bright flavors with the Asian chili sauce, the rice wine vinegar, and then the flavor bomb is that carrot ginger dressing from the Fresh Market. Just, I love the creaminess of it when it's blended with everything. You can get this recipe and so much more by going on mysuncoast.com. Click on that dining button, you'll get the recipe videos. We have our weekly contest. We draw a winner every Wednesday. All you have to do is enter for our culinary newsletter if you haven't already, and you might win a $50 gift card. So while I tuck into one of these lettuce cups, I'll send it back to you on the desk.
Very nice. Thank you, Judy. One of the nation's most successful and versatile singers is being remembered today. Glen Campbell passed away yesterday after battling Alzheimer's disease. Campbell sold more than 45 million records. He's best known for hits like Rhinestone Cowboy and Wichita Lineman. One person who knew him best was fellow country legend and good friend Dolly Parton.
Glen is one of the greatest voices that ever was in the business, and he was one of the greatest musicians. He was a wonderful session musician as well. A lot of people don't realize that, but he could play anything, and he could play it really well. So he was just extremely talented.
After being diagnosed with Alzheimer's, Campbell went on a farewell tour, began a documentary, and recorded an album of his favorite songs. Glen Campbell was 81 years old. And watch this, a record shot by a Harlem Globetrotter. Bull Bullard hovers in a helicopter 200 feet above a Jersey beach to take a shot with a ball, and it's nothing but net.
What?
The trick shot is the highest ever made from an aircraft. Last year, he made a shot from a roller coaster. The 32-year-old was raised in the foster system. He says it made him a stronger and more focused person. He certainly has made a great shot at a successful life. I have to believe that wasn't the first time he tried that. He might have tried 10,000 before that one went in. That's amazing.
Well, every attempt has an equal chance. So it could have been the first, or it could have been the 1,000th.
That's amazing.
But I bet he kept going until he made it.
Yeah, the pilot said, "Are you almost finished yet? We got low on gas
That's
up
right.
here."
That's right.
All right.
I'll refill again.
Well, enjoy your Wednesday, folks. We'll see you again tomorrow morning on Good Morning Suncoast. Have a great afternoon.